they're going to hear a little bit of it. So, what do you want to do tomorrow for your birthday?
I would like to sit out here and just watch airplanes fly over the whole time.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just having a conversation here with my brother, Dr. Johnny Webb. And it is birthday tomorrow.
I go by Johnny.
Johnny got his PhD from UC Berkeley. What year did you get your PhD? Did you matriculate? Is that what they say? Matriculate?
2011.
Really?
Is that relevant?
No. Oh, speak of planes, we hear one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love airplanes, except right now they're not actually the best in the midst of all this.
So today is June 11th. We are week 11, day 4. It's Thursday. This will be my second to last video of the school year. I will do ones periodically throughout the summer, so keep your eyes out. And I'm really happy. I've mentioned numerous times my brother and how he's coming, and here he is. His wife, Dr. Lee Johnson, is here. His two daughters, Charlotte and Johanna, and they're inside finishing up dinner. So we're gonna shoot our video now with this really nice light, and we're excited about Johnny's birthday tomorrow. So we went on a bike ride this morning. Did you want to talk briefly about something interesting we saw on the bike ride?
Well, I think most of the bike ride was pretty neat because I don't live along the coast anymore, and so it's a lot of fun to come down and see the waves. And it's been really sunny up at Luke's house. There's been clouds way up high, but I'm used to, well, this really feels like summer, used to the summer fog because I did grow up in SoCal. And so when we got down there was in fact some fog just offshore. And because we started our bike ride at about 6:05 in the morning,
Woo!
And got down to the harbor at 7, the sun was still really low in the sky, which allowed us to have a fogbow, which is similar to a rainbow, but generally mostly white. It can have a little bit of blue and red along the edges, although I didn't see that. And apparently it's because the different colors overlap too much for you to see them separate. And when you combine all the colors together, you get white.
Huh.
But the optics are similar and kind of beyond what I can really explain well. But we only saw the edges because the fog wasn't very deep. So it was the arc coming up like that, and then it just fizzles out because the fog deck was too thin. But that was kind of the highlight of the morning for me, the fogbow.
What about when we got to Main Street and you went off and you finished the ride with 13 minutes up the hill, and it took me, what was it, 35? 25?
No, it was more than 13.
Anyway, I'd never seen a fogbow before. I'd never even knew they existed. Do you think there's a pot of gold under the ocean where it was hitting?
Well, my daughter, the older one, has this story about pirates that stole some bells from an abbey, and I think it comes from Scotland. But maybe here too, there's some kind of story and then the bells rattle around in the boat, break through the side, and sink to the bottom.
Okay.
So maybe it is kind of like when sunken treasure of various types falls out of a boat, and then the fogbows form above it.
Okay.
Rather than being placed there by, what, a leprechaun?
A leprechaun. Maybe they're aquatic leprechauns too. You never know.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. So we just have one more day of school. So this summer, goals: see a fogbow, see a rainbow, maybe what's...
I don't think it doesn't rain up here much in the summer.
That's true. That's true.
But you could travel to see one.
What is that other thing you like to see? A sundog?
Love the sundogs.
And that's like a rainbow, but in a cloud.
It's a sundog is a refraction pattern that forms off to either side of the sun when it's fairly low in the sky. If you have higher clouds that are made out of ice, so they have to be ice particles rather than water, droplets. And then it's often coincides with a ring around the sun if that icy layer is very broad. But you can also just get them like in contrails, because contrails are made out of ice. So if that streaks across the sky, you can just get one sundog in just the contrail on the one side. So it kind of depends on how extensive the ice pieces are.
So that would be something to include in your summer goals. We'll do one more video tomorrow. I'll have to squeeze it in sometime during Johnny's birthday. the NBMS staff is doing our traditional paddle out at 38s. I get maybe it's not public information, but again, social distancing.
Going to be now.
It is, yeah. My 150 subscribers. They will be paddling out, social distance. Surfing is a good social distancing activity, just as long as you are doing that social distancing. When I go by the point, sometimes I don't really feel like people are completely doing that. So if you do surf, try that. Anyway, I'm going to sit out there and watch the teachers surf and then have some coffee and then come back home and celebrate my brother's birthday. It's our first time we've been together on his birthday since when? What did we decide? 2010 World Cup. So that's been a long time. So really excited. Anyway, so we'll sign off now. This has been super fun. Saving the best for last. 2 Webbs in one spot. Can't beat that. And look for tomorrow's video.
Probably can beat that.
No, it's unbeatable. Dr. Johnny Webb also went to New Brighton alumni, SoCal High, UCSC.
Do they still have the Viking boy and girl?
It's not called the Viking boy and girl anymore. And in fact, I think we dropped the boy and girl part off of it this year.
Oh.
And I don't know, I guess it's been announced. I'll have to go check. But the graduation was partially today and partially tomorrow. So I'll say who the Viking boy and girl or the Viking person in person, who they were. I voted on it. So I'm excited to see who it was. Something to look forward to as a 6th grader. Try to get that award when you graduate 8th grade.
Back in my day, I was the only person that actually filled out a form. You needed a form, like once a report card. Only one that did it.
And you were the Viking boy.
Because I was the only one that did it.
Well, sometimes that's all it is.
It's a good lesson.
You got to show up.
Yep.
But you probably would have gotten it anyway. I definitely was not getting it.
I was just the only one.
Definitely not getting it.
But I knew it. I knew I was the only one. That was the key.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right. Well, we will see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening.
Bye.
And thank you, Dr. Johnny Webb, for joining us.
Anytime that I'm in